Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
Welcome back to McMorran Place. Prowlers and Rockers, first battle of I-94, set to get underway in just a few minutes on Military Appreciation Night here in Port Huron. We'll have a special pregame ceremony, all done by the Port Huron Elks Lodge, the Port Huron version of, or Port Huron branch of the Elks, which is a nationwide program, and they are running everything tonight for Military Appreciation Night. So we certainly appreciate them for bringing all this to us, and again, certainly lots of great things planned for the pregame here at McMorran Place. We'll carry it all for you right here on the PHP Network. But first, let's tell you about this game and get you primed up for the Battle of I-94. Taking a look at the last game for these two teams, starting with the Motor City Rockers, a 5-4 shootout win over the Watertown Wolves. Big recovery for Motor City after dropping the first game of that weekend set 7-1. Trevor Babin gets his first victory of the season. Dominic Kafka scoring the only goal in the shootout. He is no longer with the Rockers. Another player who scored a goal in that game in Marian Pazika, who is the Rockers' leading scorer. He is also no longer with the Motor City Rockers. Those two released the other day. But TJ Sneath is back with Motor City. He had a pair of goals in that game, 2 goals through 2 games this season for him. Meanwhile, the Prowlers also went beyond regulation, but they couldn't get the job done against the Binghamton Black Bears. Certainly a bounce-back performance for Port Huron, but still unable to find the win column as Daniel Chartrand scored the tying goal with a tick under 2 minutes left in regulation. That earned both the Prowlers and the Black Bears a point, but it was Kyle Steppen in overtime getting the game winner, and the Black Bears, who had won their Friday matchup in Danbury in overtime as well, they win in OT, and they end up with 4 of a possible 6 points for their weekend. Prowlers 1 out of a possible 6 points on their 2-game road trip to New York, which they will repeat this upcoming week. Again, Hudson Valley on Friday and Binghamton on Saturday. Again, that is next week for the Prowlers. We take a look at where the standings are right now. Black Bears and Wolves jostling for position up at the top. Watertown, after just barely sneaking into the playoffs last year, off to a strong start this season with Tate Leeson, Trevor Lord back. Shewedden Blacksmith is back. They have a nice core forming there, and hockey is good again in Watertown. They had a couple of down years, but they seem to be back on the come-up. Meanwhile, Prowlers are tied with the Dashers and Hudson Valley Venom to the bottom of the division, with the Motor City Rockers sitting at 2 points ahead of Port Huron. So the Prowlers could jump the Rockers tonight. We'll see if they're able to do so, and it will certainly depend a lot on this guy, Trevor Babin. who had an un-Trevor Babin-like weekend in Watertown. He made 87 saves over the 2 games, so certainly a lot of work for him. But he gave up 7 goals in that first game, bounced back in the second game. Those are Trevor Babin numbers with a .508 goals against average and .888 save percentage. And we'll see if he can find his way and get back to being one of the best goalies in the league, able to steal games for the Rockers like he was last year. Alex Johnson hit a few milestones last weekend as he joined the 100-goal club in the FPHL. He also got his 200th point as a Prowler. So Alex Johnson, a big weekend for him. He's on a 3-game goal streak, and he leads the Prowlers with 3 goals and 6 points this season. But I talked to Prowlers head coach Matt Graham about this first Battle of I-94 earlier today, and here's what he had to say. And you heard head coach Matt Graham talk about Jake Vaughn, who's back for Port Huron. He was in camp with the South Carolina Stingrays of the East Coast Hockey League, got himself the call up to at least be part of camp. He talked about it being such a great experience for him when I was talking to him this week. And now he is back after he had 2 goals in 5 games for the Prowlers last season as a collegiate signing at the end of the year. He's certainly going to be a big presence back in the lineup, and he will play along with Tucker Scantleberry and Austin Federley on the top line. Matt Graham will center Lucas Lockney, who will get his first taste of the McMorran Place crowd, and they will get their first taste of him live. Certainly a sight to behold. He'll play with Daniel Chartrand. Third line will be Luke James with Jonas Leas and Michael Houlihan. Isaiah Paris, the extra forward tonight, and the deep pair staying the same from Saturday's game in Binghamton, while Terry Nusiainen between the pipes tonight for your Port Huron Prowlers. As the crowd getting going here at McMorran Place, as they are just about set to welcome their Prowlers out onto the ice. Rockers have hit the ice already, and in just a few moments, we will take you down to ice level for the introductions of the Port Huron Prowlers starting lineup, and of course the pregame ceremonies with the color guard being done tonight by the Elks Club, and we'll give you more information on that as we get there. But now we take you down to ice level for the rest of the pregame ceremonies.
Let's welcome the AC Prowler Spirit, presented by CL Spirit. Ashlyn, Carly, Chloe, Maggie, Volunteer Director is Christine Barlow. Now, somebody scream! It's time to meet and greet your oldest civic associates starting right. Step forward, number 22, Luke James. Step forward, number 26, Isaiah Paris. Step forward, number 46, Michael Houlihan. On the bench, number 25, Alex Johnson. On the bench, number 67, Ludwig Elstrom. And in goal, number 31, Valtteri Nusiainen. And let's welcome the rest of your Port Huron Prowlers. Brothers and Grant, with his brothers are Alex Johnson and Chris Baldwin. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and gentlemen, may we suggest remove your caps as we honor America and salute the men and women serving our country with the singing of our national anthem. Sponsored by Derek Cleans and Mike Batchelor. We remind all members of the armed forces and veterans who are present but not in uniform that you may render the military salute. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a special welcome to Sonia Snellenberger.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting through the air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of love?
At this time, the coach team captains please report to Sambo Athens for tonight's ceremonial puck drop. Dropping the puck tonight is Scott.
That was Sonia Snellenberger, an Elk member for 17 years on the national anthem tonight. And the color guard presented by St. Clair County Honor Guard. And dropping the puck in just a few moments, retired Staff Sergeant and United States Marine Corps veteran Scott Perkins, who you see now stepping out onto the ice, onto the rug to drop the puck. A member of the Elk Club for 35 years. And of course, we thank him and all veterans and active military for their service, not just tonight on Military Appreciation Night, but of course, every night as well. As we take a look at our starting netminders for tonight's game, it isn't Trevor Babin, it is Ricky Gonzalez going for the Motor City Rockers. And through 2 games, a very interesting stat line for him. You don't think that a 4 goals against average and a .929 save percentage go together, but that's just how many shots he has faced. He has been peppered, and he's been good for Motor City through those 2 games that he's started. 105 saves, while Terry Nusiainen will get the start on the other side after the loss against Binghamton. As we are set for the opening faceoff, it will be Luke James and Eli Rivers to take it, and we are underway here tonight on Military Appreciation Night at McMorran Place, as Rivers with a quick steal, centering feed, and Smith is stopped by Nusiainen. A quick save for him. Josh Colton wraps it around this side. Johnson kept it in at the line. He's working on a 3-game goal streak right now, is Alex Johnson, the Prowlers leader in goals and points so far this season. Mike Wynn, quick up the near side towards Clay Hightower, but Houlihan got in the way, and now Hightower able to work it out to Avery Smith. Has Rivers with him, 2-on-2 rush, and Smith's shot rises over top and out of play. 41 seconds gone in the opening period. Prowlers saw these Rockers for the preseason exhibition a few weeks ago now. But this is the first time they've met in the regular season. You see Jameson Milam lined up at the near point. He's the new captain for Motor City, taking over for Danny Vanderweel. He has the puck now. The veteran, 40 years of age. Meanwhile, Austin Federley, the Prowlers' new captain, couldn't get that puck out, sent towards the slot by Baptiste. And now back around to the near side. Lockhart bounces it around to the far side. Federley lofts it and out to center, kicked along and brought over to the near side. Brockway kept it away from Sneath. And now it's worked up to Jake Vaughn, number 96, back in a Prowler uniform, his first game of the season. He got it into the corner before he took a hit. Now Vaughn trying to pull it out of there. It's Scantleberry being roughed up by Baptiste. Vaughn bounces it to the point. Rister through traffic, punched away by Gonzalez. Finally lands on the ice in the face-off circle and sent around towards Milam. Prowlers making changes as Milam skies it to the Prowler blue line. Lockhart couldn't settle it down clean, but Nusiainen sweeps it to him. In hard on the forecheck is Adam Kuhn, number 8. Lockhart gets to the red line. He dumps it around. Matt Graham took a spill away from the play. Meanwhile, Prowlers keep the puck alive. It's Lockney before he had it poked out of the zone by the former Prowler, Sam Gagnon. Adam Heinzel recovers in his own end. Watched by A.J. Ryan, who's wearing number 12 tonight. He's listed as number 10. Derek Chin is wearing number 10. So just to keep that all straightened out, Lockney with a steal. Sent it across to the far side. Chartrand, he got to the middle of the ice. And now it's moved back out. Heinzel turning. Gives it up to Graham. And now off the glass, Chartrand gets it at the blue line. Got it deeper for Lockney. Turning on Mike Wynn. And it's pulled out of the pile by Rivers. Rivers sending Smith in on a breakaway. Backhand shut down by Nusiainen. And he'll cover up for a whistle and a face-off. And Valtteri Nusiainen with his first big save of the night. His numbers against the Black Bears certainly not indicative of the way he played. Didn't see too many shots, but the shots he did see in that game were high danger chances. He had to put down a lot of fires, and he was a big reason why the Prowlers made it to overtime against the Black Bears on Saturday. Ludwig Thelstrom goes up off the boards. Houlihan hustling after it. Wynn and Houlihan cancel out. James comes in for the puck. And now it's Rivers out the other side. As Hightower breaking, tried to get it to him off a stick. And Nusiainen almost mishandled it, but he kicked it to keep it behind the goal line. Thelstrom. He'll skate it out. And Ludwig Thelstrom, the defenseman, into offensive territory, working on Wynn. And then he hands off to Houlihan. Centering feed, looking for Lias. They couldn't connect. And now Elias behind the net. He and Colton tie up. Rivers came in for the puck. Wynn chips it off the glass. And Smith takes James in. Penalty upcoming. Not sure if it's against the Prowlers or the Rockers. Looks like it will be against Port Huron. Boarding is the call. Actually, pardon me, it is Avery Smith heading to the box first tonight. Less than 4 minutes in, the Prowlers' red-hot power play will get to work. They scored 3 times in Binghamton on the man advantage. They're up to 5th in the league right now at a 19.2% man advantage. But the Rockers' PK has been great as well. 90% so far this season, good for 4th in the league. As the top unit out there for the Prowlers, Johnson centers to Graham. He tried to tap it back to the point, but instead he gave it right to Carson Baptiste, who lofts it down. Johnson and Sneath get there together in the corner. Federley takes it out and hustles up the right wing side. Federley floats it all the way across. Lockney first on it there. Down below the goal line, Graham. Back to Lockney, but he couldn't handle the pass. And it comes back out to center. 35 seconds gone in the Prowlers' power play. Fired to the near side to Lockney. He starts to rev up ice. Lockney makes a move, lost the puck. And here comes Sam Gagnon, but it's knocked away from him. And Johnson back to retrieve. He lost it in his skates. Some sloppiness from the Prowlers early on in this game. And the puck fired all the way back down once more. Halfway through the penalty to Avery Smith. Now Lockhart dances his way in, backs out to the blue line, gives to Thelstrom, back to Lockhart, seam pass, that was blocked away. Lockhart able to recover, Thelstrom at the blue line, had it poked out to center by Rivers. Brockway, an unconventional second power play unit for the Prowlers, 3 defensemen out there, Thelstrom, Brockway, and Lockhart. And then they have Chartrand and Vaughn out there as well, as Brockway works in. Had it tapped back to him by Lockhart. Vaughn behind the net with 18 to go in the man advantage. Cycle down towards Chartrand in the corner. Now to Lockhart. Fired across to Brockway. Prowlers do not have a shot on goal on this power play that's about to expire. Thelstrom takes one, and it's stopped by Gonzalez as we're back to 5-on-5. Brockway lets it go, deflected over top of the cage by Vaughn. The puck lofted all the way down, and an icing called against the Motor City Rockers. We'll take our first time out with 14:04 left to go in period number 1. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers hockey on the PHP Network.
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rear-view mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
The Eastern Michigan Small Business Network, providing resources and funding to help start or grow your business. Small business support in participating Region 6 counties. Take advantage of the network's free training and events for entrepreneurs and small business owners. The Eastern Michigan Small Business Network aims to boost your chances of success. Learn more about the network's Small Business Cohort Program. With rentable workspaces, business coaching, training, and funding opportunities, it's time to become a client of the Eastern Michigan Small Business Network.
Back here at McMorran Place, early goings in period 1. Prowlers power play is 0-for-1, and we're still looking for our first goal in the Battle of I-94 in 2024-25 Military Appreciation Night here in Port Huron. If you're just joining us, wondering what the blackout jerseys are on the ice being worn by the Prowlers tonight, they will be auctioned off after the game to support the Port Huron Elks Club Veterans Fund. So going to a good cause, of course, as they are every year on Military Appreciation Night. Prowlers hoping to get a victory in them. They lost to the Rockers on Military Appreciation Night last year. And here's Tucker Scantleberry twisting and turning in the corner. Gets it out high to Heinzel. Makes a move at the blue line. Heinzel down the wall to the net. Heinzel tripped up. Puck sitting in the crease. But another penalty coming up against the Rockers. Prowlers man advantage will go right back to work as Adam Heinzel draws a penalty with a good offensive play. And heading to the box is Clayton Hightower. So second man advantage for the Prowlers in the first 6.5 minutes of this hockey game. 0 for 1 did not get a shot on goal in that first power play. The only shot came from Ludwig Tellstrom just after it expired. Johnson right off the draw, and there's a shot on net on the power play, gloved and held by Ricky Gonzalez. So the lineup again on Gonzalez's left. This time face-off tied up, taken by Colton. He softly bounces it off the near half wall at center and sends it all the way down. The top unit back out there for the Prowlers. Lockney touches it all the way across to Johnson. Looking towards Graham. Lockney came in to scoop up the loose puck. And now Federley back pass to Graham. Across to Johnson. Nobody in front of Gonzalez. Now Scantleberry works his way towards the blue paint. Federley unloads the one-timer. It's blocked and then cleared out, but caught by Federley in neutral ice. So it won't go the whole 185 feet. Prowlers quickly back in. Federley handles it with his skate. Goes off the corner boards, but only Mike Wynn there to collect and rip it all the way down ice. Minute 5 to go on the man advantage for the Prowlers. Federley watched there behind the net by Chris Ciolik, former Thunderbird and Bobcat. Now with the Rockers, Brockway works his way in, but his pass to Vaughn didn't connect. And Thelstrom back forward in his own end. Up the right wing side, it's Lockhart. Makes a move, he gets in. Lockhart a shot, save, and the rebound couldn't be put on net. First shot was blocked on the way through. Brockway unloads, saved by Gonzalez, and he gathers it in for a whistle and a face-off. 31 seconds left to go on the Prowlers power play. Getting some more offense on this opportunity, but have not yet solved Ricky Gonzalez. As that second unit continues to work, it's Gagnon and Chartrand in the face-off circle. Poked out of the zone quickly there by A.J. Ryan. Signed today, played a game with Macon in the SPHL so far this season. The rookie out of SUNY Oswego also played in the SP with Birmingham after his college season last year. That one dumped back around by Will Campbell. Prowlers power play about to expire. They are now 0 for 2 on the man advantage. And we're still scoreless. Vaughn trying to work up. Chartrand helps him out and gets it deep. Handoff is for Cody Oakes, former Blue Ridge Bobcats captain. And this is his second stint with the Motor City Rockers. Sent up, knocked back by Heinzel. And Houlihan dumps it into the near side corner. Bumped over for Oakes. And he returns it around towards Chin, who let it go through. Smith couldn't move it to a teammate, so now Houlihan with a stick move in to James, and his shot kicked out by Gonzalez. Right from the slot, Luke James went low, and Ricky Gonzalez kicked out the right flipper. Houlihan drops it for Heinzel. Down low to Luke James, cycled for Leas. Leas handoff for Heinzel. That wasn't a clean exchange. Heinzel gets it deep. And first down in the far corner is Rivers. The Rockers can't get it out. Parsons' shot blocked. And now Motor City looking to start a rush as Smith dumps it in. He took a shoulder from Heinzel. And now Leas, as the Prowlers try and work out. Houlihan fumbled the puck a bit. Parsons comes in to make an outlet feed. And now Colton, D to D to Mike Wynn. Back to Josh Colton. Wynn again, as the Rockers look to move it up ice. Now they do. Baptiste working on Johnson, left the puck behind. James up to Scantlebury, 1-on-3. So he works his way in. Scantlebury from the outside, shot off the stick of Ryan Rotundi. Lockney across to Graham, touch to Johnson. Wrister towards the net, blocked by Rotundi, bounced off the glass, almost back in front before Gonzalez clamps the glove on top. 9:41 to go in period one. Still looking for our first goal. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the PHP Network.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is
It's not...
not a Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
Chicken patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome back to McMorran Place, 9:41 to go in the Munger Physical Therapy first period. No goals yet between the Prowlers and the Rockers. Shots favoring Port Huron 5-2 at this point, and the Prowlers are already 0 for 2 on the man advantage in this game. They'll have a face-off to Ricky Gonzalez's right. Will be taken by Matt Graham against TJ Sneath. Sneath able to win it back. Lockney with a quick poke. That gave Gonzalez some trouble. And Chartrand tried to back pass it out in front. That didn't work. And Johnson slows things down in his own end, chased by Baptiste. Graham, left wing feed is for Chartrand at the blue line. Pulls up, down towards Lockney. Now Graham behind the cage. Pull-up move on Sneath, centering pass off a skate. And Baptiste able to scoop it up and start a rush out. He dumps it in, and he and Thelstrom go in hard together against the penalty boxes as Thelstrom stepped up to put contact on. Both teams making changes as Chartrand leaves it there for Thelstrom. Forced back by the forecheck. And Lockhart on towards Scantlebury. Left wing side. Carries it into offensive territory. Tries a slip pass to check. He left it for Vaughn towards the net. Federley couldn't get there first. And it's moved along to Adam Kuhn. Lockhart takes the drop off from Nusiainen. Brockway, left wing side, Scantlebury. As a man going to the net, Scantlebury in front looking for Vaughn. Pops out to Brockway through traffic. And that one went off a stick and just went wide. A good play by Ben Brockway. Just put the puck on net while everyone's looking the wrong way. Here's Scantlebury. Turnaround try. That wouldn't go. Comes to Brockway. Back on net. Gloved by Gonzalez. And he hangs on for a whistle and a face-off with Federley and Campbell battling right in front. Prowlers getting their opportunities, but haven't been able to solve Gonzalez quite yet. Well, Terry Nusiainen has been relatively quiet, although he's had to come up with a couple of big saves. Avery Smith wins this face-off clean. Oakes bounces it around. And now Smith, no-look pass was behind Hightower, and Heinzel steps up on it. Isaiah Paris, soft chip. He and Oakes will head after it, and Paris runs into Oakes. Centering feed by Elias. That didn't work. Parsons keeps it deep, though. Oakes and Paris come together again. Now Elias, between his legs, back to Heinzel. Down low again. Elias locked up with Rivers. Kicked along. James left it behind the cage. Paris turning on Chin. Back to James. And in front, Heinzel just sent it past the far post. Comes back out to center as Chartrand laid out Avery Smith. Cheers from the Prowlers faithful. Paris knocked that puck down with his glove. He got it deep. And the physical play starting to ramp up. Baptiste works around Graham. Baptiste in the offensive zone. Outside try Smith. Blocked. And now Thelstrom up to Matt Graham. Lockney on the left wing. 3-on-2 for the Prowlers. This Lockney's shot was blocked up by Josh Colton. Jumps in a rip. And he couldn't find the target before he was upended by Baptiste. Chartrand towards Johnson. Down below the goal line. Graham to Lockney out of the corner. Floats it to Johnson. He has to send it back deep as he couldn't handle it clean. Prowlers cycling. Here's Graham to the top. Thelstrom wrists it through. That one just fought off by Gonzalez, pardon me. A good shot through traffic by Ludwig Thelstrom. Lockney one-hands it into the zone. Colton goes D-to-D to Wynn. Prowlers trying to get some fresh bodies on the ice as Wynn dumps it around. Thelstrom, who's been out there for a long shift, waited off the back of his own net. He tried to get it to Brockway. Able to get it back on the ice. And it's kicked along. Rotundi in deep. Now Scantleberry moves it along and out. Vaughn tried to get it to the net, but Wynn came back to defend and take that loose puck. Popped into the faceoff circle. Federley with a chance in tight. Stopped by Gonzalez. And Gonzalez, the only one who knew where that rebound was, as he clamped the glove on top for a whistle and a faceoff. That puck pinballed around. All of a sudden, it was Austin Federley, albeit with all kinds of trouble on him, who was behind everyone, made a quick move to his forehand, but couldn't get much on the shot, as there was plenty of Rockers trying to defend him from behind. Chaos in the Rockers zone. And we'll have a face-off to Gonzalez's right between Federley and Gagnon. Off this draw, it's one back by the Prowlers. Brockway to the net, floated it through, and there's another save for Gonzalez. Sent over to the near side, Ryan. He and Brockway go in together. And then Federley and Gagnon flying in as well to join the battle. Gagnon pulls it out from the goal line, tried to feed one across. Kuhn swung and missed. He was tied up by Lockhart. Now Vaughn rescues it from the slot, sends Scantleberry on his way. Under 5 to go in the period. Scantleberry tried to drag it through Milam. That didn't work. Vaughn up the wall to Heinzel. Walks the line across to Parsons. Wrister through traffic, and that one off the stick. And it deflects up and out of play. Under 5 to go in period 1. Prowlers have had all kinds of pressure, but we're still scoreless right here on the PHP Network.
At Hungry Howie's, we have a flavor philosophy. It's that you deserve to mix and match the most delicious flavor you've ever had with even more of the most delicious flavor you've ever had. But how can you mix and match the most delicious flavor twice at the same time? Well, we're not in the business of logic. We're in the business of blowing your flavor-loving mind with flavor upon flavor. Philosophize on that. Get any 2 items on the mix and match menu, including the 2-topping flatbread pizza for $6.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Back here at McMorran Place, no score, 4:44 left to go in the Munger Physical Therapy first period. Prowlers up on shots 9-2, but still no goals yet. They'll get another offensive zone faceoff. They've cycled the puck well. They've had their opportunities and just have not been able to get one through. Here's Johnson trying to do just that, and that was off the blocker, off the face mask, and onto the ice of Gonzalez. Meanwhile, here come the Rockers the other way, and Rivers couldn't get that shot off cleanly. Avery Smith whips it across to Milam. Wrister blocked, and it flies out of play over the protective netting, and there goes a souvenir for somebody sitting in row B of section 18, right there on the aisle. So this time it's a Rockers offensive zone face-off, and we'll see if they can get anything going offensively. They haven't had much to speak of in the offensive zone department in this game yet. As Sneath wins it forward, tried to send it to the crease, couldn't find a teammate, and Baptiste sends it around. It's picked up by Rotundi. Rink wide feed on the stick of Chin. Now Sneath, crunched to the boards by Graham. Rotundi comes in to throw a shoulder. Worked up the wall, Chin from the outside. Couldn't find the target. Oaks recovers at the near boards. Felstrom in the right wing corner. Out towards Chartrand, settles it down as Lockney going to net. Chartrand shot goes just wide along the ice. Chartrand recovers it himself. Tried to feed a pass across, hit his own man. James kept him by Parsons. Floater knocked down in front. James slid it towards the net, and Gonzalez down on the ice, able to lock anything down. Heinzel shot to the net. That was partially blocked on the way through. It's right in top of the crease. And Gonzalez able to make a save and hang on. Lots of chaos plays down in the Motor City zone, but nothing doing yet for Port Huron as Gonzalez has been able to put out all the fires in front, at least so far. This draw will be to his left. Gagnon and James in on it. James won it back, but it bounced slowly, so the Rockers able to jump on it. Ryan curling on Heinzel. Ryan down to a knee. Centering feed by Gagnon. That went off of Nusiainen's pad, and out comes Adam Heinzel before he had his pocket partially picked by Ryan. They spun each other to the ice, and they say Heinzel sent the pass over with his glove. A hand pass call against Port Huron. We'll get a whistle and a face-off with 3:04 left in period one. Elias and Gagnon in on the draw, and the Prowlers able to force it back to their own ice to start a breakout. It's Brockway, watched by Ryan. Right wing side, Lockhart, no look pass across, kicked off of Paris's skate. Brockway and Gagnon after it. Brockway wins that battle, and Paris dumps it in. Gonzalez played it with his stick, and it's sent back out to Prowler ice. Ryan right in on Brockway. Those two in making mayhem camp together. Now Smith looks like he just took his second boarding penalty of the night, and it was Isaiah Paris, it looks like. And Paris is getting up slowly. As Isaiah Paris immediately, when he was on the ice, grabbed his right shoulder. Avery Smith back to the penalty box. Paris skating around, and now he'll go back to the bench under his own power, but doubled over. Will certainly get looked at by Prowler's trainer, Bridget Smith. Port Huron will go to its third man advantage of the game, and now Paris is heading off the ice to the dressing room. He's in a lot of pain as Lockhart and Parsons run Bridget Smith off the ice. We'll get set for the third Prowlers man advantage of this first period. Avery Smith, 2 minutes for boarding, his second boarding call of this frame. And the Prowlers power play, let's see if it can capitalize this time, as that shot didn't get all the way to the net. And Lockney sells things down. Federley at the center. Up to Johnson. Now Scantleberry to the net, and it's stopped by Gonzalez. He jumps on the rebound as well. As Scantleberry just tried a stuff attempt, walking up the goal line to the crease. We'll have another face-off to Gonzalez's left. Graham wins it back clean to Johnson. across Federley. Loaded back to Alex Johnson. Federley once more. Down low to Graham. Tried to give it to Lockney in the bumper spot. That was off the stick of Milam. And now Lockney from the slot hit the post. And it caroms off the glass all the way down. Lucky break for Motor City as Lockney caught iron and the puck came out of the zone. Now Johnson skates into it. Federley across, one-timer gloved by Ricky Gonzalez as Scantleberry let it go. Prowlers get some good looks. Lucas Lockney a few inches away from his first goal at home and from a 3-game goal streak of his own, as he scored in each of his first 2 games as a Prowler last weekend in Hudson Valley and Binghamton. Thelstrom over to Lockhart. Back to Ludwig Thelstrom. Wristed through traffic, and that one punched away. Chartrand right in front. Those two hooked up on a power play goal as Thelstrom deflected by Chartrand. As Vaughn's shot kicked out and sent only as far as the line. That goal was in Binghamton, by the way, the Chartrand power play goal I was referencing. Thelstrom across to Lockhart. Now Brockway catches. Thelstrom, quick shot, was blocked on the way through by Chin and sent just out of the zone by Oakes. 30 seconds left on the penalty to Avery Smith as we hit the final minute of play in period 1. Vaughn makes a move to get in, trying to fight to get his stick free. And say he takes the puck to the corner. Oakes in there, trying to waste some time. Prowlers looking to dig it free. And now Vaughn able to get around behind the net to Lockhart. Up high it comes Thelstrom, but he couldn't handle it cleanly. Puck escapes the zone, and the Prowlers power play now 0 for 3 on this first period. Smith stepping out of the box as Nusiainen leaves it behind the cage. Both teams making changes. Vaughn able to chip it along and keep going. Now James works his way in, poked off his stick by Colton. And now Josh Colton again, up to Gagnon. He lofts it out, got through Parsons, and now Ryan, 1-on-1, his shot goes wide on the short side. Battled for in the corner as time expires. In period number 1, no score between the Prowlers and the Motor City Rockers. Shots on goal in that opening period overwhelmingly in Port Huron's favor, 17-3. But there's nothing where it matters. No score up on the big board. Well, coming up in the Moses Roses smoke break, we'll take a look around the Empire, all the storylines and the games from last week in the Empire Division. We'll show you all the highlights. Also take a look at storylines around the league, out-of-town scoreboard, and much more. It's all coming up on the first intermission report, and it's only here on the PHP Network. Once again, no score between the Prowlers and Rockers after 20 minutes of play. Well, the Prowlers are celebrating 10 years in Port Huron, and now is your chance to get limited edition 10th anniversary gear at the Prowlers team store. Come find us on the west end of McMorran Arena at every home game or online anytime at prowlersmerch.com. And you can scan the QR code on your screen now to visit the online shop. Look your POHO best with gear from the Prowlers team store. Zip, zip, goalies win the first period here at McMorran Place on Military Appreciation Night. And we'll be right back here on the PHP Network.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
They're seriously not even that much better than you.
Should've just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it!
I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com.
Kirkby by the dot, back to Yates. Yates to Kirkby, the shot, rebound, they score! Cam Clark in overtime. The Black Bears take it 3-2. It's Cam Clark in overtime. James in over the line, couldn't get enough on that shot, and Clark will be the one to come away with it. James blows a tire, 3-on-1 for the Black Bears. Here they come, Anderson, James, Steffen, Anderson, Steffen, he scores! Kyle Steffen wins it for the Black Bears in overtime, 5-4. They sweep the weekend in overtime, and the fans go home happy on Halloween night.
Back here at McMorran Place, no score through 20 minutes of play between the Prowlers and the Rockers. First battle of I-94 this season, and Military Appreciation Night at McMorran Place. Will Wiggleman with you on the PHP Network. And before we continue talking about this game so far, let's take a look at some storylines generated around the FPHL this week. And the Blue Ridge Bobcats and Hudson Valley Venom are all over them. We start with the Bobcats finally signing Daniel Martin. He was originally failed to report. Now he signs with the team and joins them. 36 points in 50 games for them last season. Now we turn to the Venom, who have a new head coach. Another team with a new head coach. We are on the 1st of November. Monroe has a new head coach. The Venom have a new head coach. Heck, the Motor City Rockers got a new head coach during training camp. But it's MJ Markle, the new voice behind the bench for Hudson Valley. He was promoted from assistant coach status to head coach status, as the Venom are done with Josh Newberg entirely. Fired as head coach and released as a player this week. Markle will have his first game as head coach tonight, and we will get you an update on that score in just a minute or two. Meanwhile, Bobcats, again, they dealt a pair of forwards. They sent Soterios Karageorgis to these Motor City Rockers. He is not dressed tonight, and I don't believe he will be dressed tomorrow night either, but we'll find out for sure when we get to tomorrow. And they also sent Jacob Stahl to the Hudson Valley Venom. So a couple of players leaving the Bobcats. They also had some more guys besides Martin come in this week, as they have a little bit of a new look to their team. Let's keep it going around the league. Check out our out-of-town scoreboard. And we start with MJ Markle's Venom, who are trailing the Binghamton Black Bears 1-0 through 20 minutes of play. Black Bears get a goal from Tyson Kirkby, and a similar shot line between that game and this game. Binghamton outshooting Newberg, or the Venom, Hudson Valley Venom, 17-4. Prowlers, of course, up 17-3 on shots on goal in this game. Danbury Hat-Tricks and Watertown Wolves have not found a goal yet in Watertown. Frankie McClendon in net for the Hat-Tricks, and Anton Borodkin, the workhorse for the Wolves, he's back in net for Watertown. Again, no score as they play midway through period one. About to drop the puck in just a few minutes. The Dashers have traveled down to Baton Rouge, and they're at Raising Cane's River Center, getting set for their first ever meeting with the Zydeco. It will be Brendan Colgan for Baton Rouge and Oscar Walgren for the Dashers Hockey Club of Danville, Illinois. We'll see if I get fined for saying it like that. As we move on to the Continental Division games, and how about that? The Columbus River Dragons are actually playing a hockey game. They've only played two coming into tonight. They're hosting the Mississippi Seawolves. Just a couple of minutes into that one, no score. And no score as well in Winston-Salem as the Carolina Thunderbirds are hosting the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Of course, here it is no score as well. We have played a full 20 minutes between the Prowlers and the Motor City Rockers. As we take a look at the stats so far in this one, Prowlers dominant in the shots department, 17-3 on that side, but unfortunately for them, unable to turn that into a goal, as the Rockers PK was strong, holding the Prowlers power play to 0 for 3 in that opening 20 minutes. And of course, Ricky Gonzalez, a huge piece of the puzzle there. Well, Terry Nusiainen hasn't had too much to do, but he did have to make a very big save on Avery Smith early in the game. Smith with his fingerprints all over this game. 2 boarding penalties for him in that opening 20 minutes, as the Prowlers and the Motor City Rockers will get set for the middle frame coming up in just a couple of minutes. We're waiting on referees and teams to hit the ice as we celebrate the troops here at McMorran Place. And on Military Appreciation Night, I want to give a special shout out to my buddy from high school who I grew up with, my best friend who lived down the road, Jack Lambros, who is getting set to deploy out to Iraq in just a few days. I want to wish him the best of luck. I want to wish him the safest of times there and thank him for his service as he and a group of military members getting set to ship out to Iraq. And thank you to him and all of the current and former military members here in attendance and around the United States. And if you're tuning in, thank you for your service. As we take a look at our PHP Network trivia question, and tonight's Military Appreciation Night is being run by the Port Huron Elks Lodge, which has a large veteran and military presence within it, but they also have some professional baseball in there. We want to know what former Yankee and Red Sox Baseball Hall of Famer is or was an Elk. I don't know if that will give you any kind of a hint, but put your guess in the comment section. We'll give you the correct answer coming up at the start of period number 3. Ricky Gonzalez stretching out in the goal crease to our right. 17 saves on 17 Prowlers shots in the opening 20 minutes. Meanwhile, while Terry Nusiainen doing circles in the corner, and now he slides over to his blue paint on our left as he stopped all 3 Rockers shots. And those 3 shots against the fewest the Prowlers have given up in any period this season. The previous record was 6 for Port Huron as far as fewest shots given up in a period this season. As here comes Port Huron, James sends a pass across to Johnson, back towards James. Avery Smith is doubled over going to his bench. We have Thelstrom's shot deflected and held onto by Ricky Gonzalez. As Smith, right at the start of that period, a Prowler sidestepped a hit from him. I believe it was Alex Johnson, and he may have caught a stick up high as Johnson sidestepped that hit. We'll play on with the faceoff to Gonzalez's left. Austin Federley and TJ Sneath in for it. Sneath able to work it to Milam, who's taken in hard by Tucker Scantleberry. Hellstrom stops that pass at the red line. Federley drops it off. Scantleberry couldn't kick it back up to his stick. And Johnson recovers and slows things down. Takes a look, finds Federley, and up the left wing side, it's Vaughn. Works his way in, couldn't get the shot away though, and bouncing it off the boards, and out go the Rockers, but they couldn't handle it cleanly at the Prowler blue line, so no 2-on-1 opportunity there. Scantleberry Up to the red line. One hands it along for Vaughn, but he couldn't get the shot away. Wraparound try. Didn't come all the way out in front, so he put it off the side of the post. And that's always a big thing with wraparounds. You see a lot in hockey is they just don't make the extra stride or half stride. You want to be quick to beat the goaltender. And Vaughn did it right there up the side of the post. Lucas Lockney floats it behind the net to Matt Graham. Graham in front looking for Chartrand. Couldn't get to his forehand to take a shot though. And now Lockney in front. Chartrand on his backhand just pushed it wide. He had to settle it down for a second. That puck lofted down ice. And that will be an icing against the Motor City Rockers. But a great opportunity for Jake Vaughn. He has such a long reach, but again, when you're pulling off a wraparound, just trying to beat the netminder there, sometimes you try and do it too quick, cut the corner a little bit, and unable to get a shot on net on that try. Here's Lockhart with a shot that's blocked. He'll back out to center, go D to D to Brockway. Quick up to Chartrand, try to float it in towards Graham. Now he gets it deep. Campbell turns away from the Prowlers head coach, but he passed it right off his teammate's skate. Campbell gets it out this time. It's dumped right back in, hit Gagnon. And Brockway this time able to get it deep off the near side corner boards. Luke James fresh off the bench. Pass across Chartrand. He scores! Daniel Chartrand opens the scoring on Military Appreciation Night. 1-0 Prowlers. Great pass by Luke James, who sent it right across to Chartrand. And he picks up his third of the year, 2 goals on Saturday in Binghamton. And now he has the first one tonight. And the Prowlers score the first goal of the game for the first time this season. And Avery Smith is heading off the ice with Ashley Fox, the Motor City Rockers trainer we mentioned earlier, may have taken a stick up high. So we'll let you know if Smith returns, but he's off to the locker room. Prowlers up 1-0. And for Luke James, that will be his first point with Port Huron in his 5th game. Rockers looking for a response, but the Prowlers able to work it out of their own end. And here comes Houlihan. He and Leas got their signals crossed, and Port Huron offside at the line. And they're giving the assist to Luke James and Lucas Lockney. And that stands Lockney now with 4 points in 3 games. Rivers and Federley on this face-off, just outside of Rockers territory. Comes all the way down towards Nusiainen. Plays it off. Now puck in the corner, Ciolik in there, but Federley able to take it. Sent out towards Vaughn, and now Federley drags it through into the offensive zone, and that shot stopped by Gonzalez. He hangs on for a whistle and a face-off as Federley got a quick shot off from right around that Silver Stick logo in the high slot off the rush. Less than 3 minutes gone in period 1. In case you're just getting back to your seats, Daniel Chartrand, third of the season from Luke James and Lucas Lockney. The first goal so far in this one. That one poked ahead by Scantleberry. Good play with one hand on his stick. And now he whips around the zone. Scantleberry takes the shot. It's held on to by Gonzalez. But Scantleberry got a good jump on that faceoff. He poked it away from the Rockers defenseman who was waiting for it and proactively picks up that puck himself. Went all the way around the zone and got a good shot away. Austin Federley set to draw with TJ Sneath again. This time Sneath able to win it back harder to Oakes. He sent it all the way down ice. Icing waved off. Good hustle there by Baptiste. He gets 2 Prowlers taking him into the backboards for his effort. Now Sneath trying to pull it out of the pile. They work it to Rotundi. Now behind the net's Baptiste. He's knocked down. Baptiste crumples to the ice. Fans reacting to that one. No penalty coming as Scantleberry comes in 1-on-2. Power move to the net but he couldn't pick it up on the other side. Now it's handed off. Parsons centering feed towards Vaughn. Ends up bouncing off a skate. Here's Baptiste on a breakaway. A drive. Stopped by Nusiainen. He looked behind him, but he has it. He'll hang on for a whistle and a face-off. As Baptiste was slow to his skates after the hit, and he ended up in perfect position to catch that carom off a skate. Wound up, fired, and Nusiainen made his 4th save of the game. We are nearly 24 minutes into this one. We get set for a face-off to Nusiainen's left. One back by Matt Graham. Delstrom heading after it. Try to get up to Chartrand. Couldn't get enough on it though. And now Graham across to the far side. Lockney chopped it along. Colton fires it in Kuhn's direction. His shot squeezed by Nusiainen. And it might sound a little bit sarcastic, but it's also a little bit serious. I think this is the most offensive zone pressure the Rockers have had all game. Off this face-off, it's tied up. Gagnon couldn't force it to the net as he was battling with Matt Graham. Johnson took the puck, and now it's Lockney on for Chartrand. Gets it deep. Wynn reverses right into Lucas Lockney. Down low, it's Graham. Bounces it back up high. That got through everyone. And Nusiainen will play it behind his own net. Forced over to the far side. Lockney tied up there. And Feltstrom takes the puck as Motor City gets some new defensemen on the ice. Moved along to Graham into offensive territory all the way across to Johnson. Hopped off his stick. He would have had a good opportunity to take a shot there. Chartrand whipped it back to the near side, trying to get James fresh off the bench, but it hit the referee. So instead, the Rockers go the other way. A.J. Ryan cuts to the slot. His shot off a body. Nusiainen able to kick out the pad, and then he fires it at Jonas Lias, who gets it out. Rivers gave it up, but Ciolik saw it bounce back, and now Lias steps around Milam, and Jonas Lias burst on the puck. Left it by the Zamboni door. Campbell takes it back for Motor City. Out comes Ciolik, just behind the red line, so that would have been icing if Nusiainen didn't play it with the glove. But instead, we continue on. Ciolik's pass towards the front of the net, eluded Hightower, and now Brett Lockhart, the defenseman, starting a rush. He's into the offensive zone. He hands it off. Brockway trying to get to the net. Houlihan just swung and missed at the puck. I think he was partially tied up as he tried to swing at that loose biscuit right in front of Gonzalez. We'll take a timeout. Prowlers up 1-0 on the strength of a Daniel Chartrand goal. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers hockey on the PHP Network.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not
a Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
Chicken bag, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Live where you work. Work where you play. Is your work commute making you miserable? Quit the commute. Explore hot jobs in St. Clair County paying $40,000 to $100,000 or more. Visit stclairhotjobs.com. Spend more time doing what you love. If you're not currently living in St. Clair County, or you know friends or family that moved away but are ready to come back, then visit stclairhotjobs.com to find a new job and make the move.
Back here at McMorran Place, 1-0 Prowlers. Daniel Chartrand's third of the year, and a great unselfish play by Luke James to set it up. He certainly had space to shoot, but the better play was the pass across to Chartrand. He made that play, and he ends up with a primary assist for his effort. Again, great play by Luke James. Unselfish play, as Austin Federley not happy with that drop of the puck, but they call it legal, and we'll keep on going as Cody Oakes gets all the way around behind the Prowler net before he's spun to the ice, and now he's slow to get up. Austin Federle over towards Vaughn, down below the goal line. Federle tried to put it out in front. He's steamrolled by TJ Sneath, who has the puck now. Nusiainen clears that one to the corner. Now Colton in deep, the defenseman battling with Adam Heinzel. Now Heinzel quick up the wall. Scantleberry chips it along, but couldn't get it out. They say a hand pass though against Motor City. So the faceoff will come outside the zone. Cody Oakes back on the Rockers bench after he was slow to his skates. Seen a few players slow to their skates in this game. We have not seen Isaiah Paris since he was boarded by Avery Smith back in the first period. That puck hops out of play. We also have not seen Avery Smith since he took what looked like a stick up high right at the beginning of this period. And we'll let you know if we see Oakes again. Lots to keep track of in that department. Face-off one back by the Prowlers. Parsons gets it down deep. Graham after it in the corner, but Wynn cuts it off. Ciolik taking in hard there. Lockney floats it to the line. Parsons does all he can to just keep it alive. And Lockney cycling it towards Chartrand. Graham in the corner as well, to a side scrum. Chartrand trying to dig it out and get to the point, but he couldn't as Ciolik cut it off on the half wall. Loose puck at center, turned back the other way by Lockney. He works in, his shot kicked away by Gonzalez as Lockney spins down to the ice. And now Heinzel, after that loose puck, after it hopped over his stick, he's being harassed by Hightower. Heinzel off the board, Chartrand keeps it moving. And now fresh off the bench, it's Lias on a rush with Graham. Lias to the net, and it's kicked out by Ricky Gonzalez with that left pad. Johnson at the blue line, gets it deep. Prowlers complete the forward change as Lias is held up by Colton in the corner. Houlihan behind the net, looked in front towards James. They couldn't connect. James has it now though. Gets it to the point, and it's Thelstrom. Rister deflected, saved by Gonzalez. Houlihan on the wrap. They jam away at the side of the post. The fans behind the net seem to think it's in. No signal from the referee. Prowlers celebrating, and we may have a review. There are cameras above the nets. Prowlers are going down the line. If it is a goal, it seems to be Luke James's. We'll see if they decide to review it. The goal horn sounded here for a moment, but no commitment from the referees to take a look at it, and now looks like they might, or maybe not. The referees tonight are Jim Scarpace and Bob Langdon, linesman Dallas Mitchell and David Fleming. And now Scarpace and Langdon heading over to check it out. Again, there are new cameras installed in every building in the FPHL for times just like this. Good thing the cameras here at McMorran Place are working just fine, as they weren't when the Prowlers were in Motor City for that preseason exhibition. And the Prowlers wanted a review in that game, but they didn't get one because the cameras weren't working. But they are working here. We are not allowed to show you the feed as per FPHL rules, but we will certainly let you know exactly what happens. I couldn't tell from up here. It was on the far post. They jammed away. Houlihan came around with the wraparound, and then James was there jamming away. There were 3 Rockers, 2 Prowlers right there. James threw his hands up immediately, and his entire team started celebrating. Both referees are in there with a long look at the monitor. Austin Federle and Jamison Milam, the respective captains for their clubs, over there awaiting a decision. 12:04 to go in the Hungry Howie's second period. This could be a critical call in this hockey game. It's 1-0 Prowlers. Certainly a second goal would be huge. Get a little bit of a cushion. And Matt Graham, the Prowlers head coach, over there chatting as well with the two captains as they await the decision. This is a very, very long look from the referees. Certainly not conclusive, and if it isn't conclusive, then they will likely go with a decision on the ice, which I believe was no goal. There was no goal signal on the ice. So the longer this goes, and the more unsure they are, we'll see. But again, that's important to keep in mind, that whether or not it's the right call, if there's conclusive evidence or not, as both Federle and Milam getting the explanations. We'll see if the referee gives a dramatic goal signal or no goal signal. It's the first time I've seen a review yet so far in this league, so there really isn't a precedent as far as I've seen. Austin Federle, the longer talker, and it looks like no goal. And indeed, that is the case. So no goal is called. And the face-off will be all the way down in Prowler ice. I believe the Prowlers challenged this. This was not a review from the referees. The Prowlers challenged this. So a delay of game penalty coming against Port Huron. I was not aware that this was a challenge. So the first power play of the game will come for the Motor City Rockers. 12:04 to go in period 2, and the True Balance penalty kill gets its first chance of the game. Prowlers PK 86.7%, good for 5th in the league. The Rockers power play is putrid, 6.3%, tied for 11th out of 14 FPHL teams, which somehow means there is one team tied with them and 2 worse than them, as the Rockers have Ryan, Kuhn, Gagnon, Colton, and Wynn to start this man advantage. And off the draw, Johnson trying to work it out, but he's taken to the corner boards, and now Colton at the line to Ryan. Motor City sets up, Colton down to Ryan. Ryan over to Wynn. So it's a bench minor served by Tucker Scantleberry as Nusiainen covers that one that was whipped out in front by Sam Gagnon from the corner. And that is part of the rule. There are reviews. You can ask for a play to be reviewed, or goal at least to be reviewed. But if you are wrong, you risk a 2-minute bench minor for delay of game. Faceoff comes to the far wall. New forwards out there for Motor City as Wynn shot punched away by Nusiainen, and it flies over the glass out of play. It's now Ciolik with Hightower and Rivers up front. Luke James, who thinks he had a goal taken away from him, along with Rivers, take this face-off. Hightower, Wynn, and now Colton. The Rockers set back up, floated back across to Mike Wynn. Battle ensuing in front between Ciolik and Heinzel as James takes it away and sends it down ice. Minute 5 to go on the bench minor for the Prowlers as Eli Rivers swings up the left wing side, turning on Lockhart. And he gets it to the top to Win. Rister through traffic, deflected down. And it changed direction significantly, but too significantly to stay on net. Pops out to the middle of the ice, and Chartrand right there to rescue it and slide it 185 feet. Both teams make some changes. 37 seconds left on the Rockers' first power play of the night. Rivers trying to feed the middle of the ice. It ends up on Baptiste's stick. Oakes goes back out there for Motor City. Now Colton a drive right into the big catching glove of Valtteri Nusiainen for a whistle and a face-off. 9th save of the night for Nusiainen. 21 seconds to go on this man advantage for Motor City. It's the second shot on goal for the Rockers power play. This face-off comes back to Oakes. Milam, the one-timer, off the post. And it goes off the glass. Oakes kept it in. As the Prowlers tried to clear it out, Rotundi has it now. He walks. Final seconds ticking off the power play for Motor City. Milam back to the net. That one fought off by Nusiainen. Scantleberry out of the penalty box. Chipped along by Federley. And Milam gave it up to Scantleberry. He'll work all the way back to his own blue line before revving the engines up ice. Scantleberry gets around a few. Scantleberry a shot looking for the near side corner. And able to be shrugged away by Gonzalez. Houlihan fired it off the near corner boards. Houlihan gets it back from Lockhart to the net. Knocked down in front by traffic. And Sneath the only one who could find it. He couldn't get it out though. Baptiste fires it right past Lockhart at the Motor City line. That will be icing against the Rockers, but they will get the benefit of a TV timeout. Still 1-0 Prowlers here at McMorran Place. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers hockey on the PHP Network.
See that? That's what 100% mozzarella looks like. What dough made daily looks like. What fresh ingredients and 8 irresistible flavored crusts on pizza cooked to perfection looks like. It's so much flavor, we don't even know if it's legal to have this much flavor. Now you can get that famous flavor for only $8.99. Wait, a large one-topping pizza for $8.99? That's a deal. It's a steal. No, it's a crime. Just $8.99 for a one-topping pizza full of our famous flavor. Now that's how we do a deal.
Hungry?
Howie's!
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rearview mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
9:24 to go in the Hungry Howie's second period. Prowlers with a 1-0 lead. It looked like it may have been 2-0 at one point, but the goal called off, and that call confirmed after review. Prowlers killed off the ensuing delay of game penalty. So it's still 1-0, and a face-off coming deep in Rockers territory. And one back by TJ Sneath, clanged off the glass by Milam. And it ends up in the bench. Face-off will come outside. I guess that's good for the field position game for Motor City. As stepping back out onto the ice, more good news for the Rockers. Avery Smith returning and heading back to the Rockers bench. Both trainers also heading back to their respective benches. So Smith, again, good news for the Rockers to see him back. We still have not seen Isaiah Paris since he was boarded by Smith, and I don't see him on the Prowler bench right now. Graham quickly to the net. That one went off a skate and just wide. Lockney to the point. That one bounced up on Johnson. He has to keep it away from an oncoming Rocker, and then he gave it away to Gagnon, who has to curl back as his team was offside. Johnson, quick up towards Chartrand. No icing as it bounces towards the crease. Milam first there on it. Gonzalez seemed to think it was going to be icing, as Johnson just did keep it in, but Lockney brought it back out. He dumps it into the corner. Port Huron gets some fresh defensemen on the ice. Reverse back to Milam. Gagnon missed that pass, and it comes through for Ryan. One-on-one with Brockway. Ryan shot clamped by the mitt. of Valtteri Nuksiainen. So face-off coming deep in Prowler territory. Rockers up to 9 shots in this period. Prowlers have 11. Port Huron with the overall lead for the game, 28-12. Rister on net, didn't get all the way through. Rivers with a second opportunity. Stopped, reactionary save by Nusiainen. As the Prowlers work it out, Federley sent it over to the far side. Oakes bounces it back. And now Port Huron regrouping. Vaughn up the right wing. From the outside, steered away by Gonzalez. Comes to Lockhart. That one went right through the goal mouth as Lockhart sent it down towards the net. Federley got a touch on it, went behind Gonzalez and right across the goal line. Scantleberry looking towards Vaughn. Instead, it's sent deep to Port Huron ice as Baptiste, fresh off the bench, puts the shoulder into Lockhart. That went off of Vaughn's foot, so it stays in. Rotundi a shot, missed wide. That caroms off the glass. Scantleberry able to skate it out. 4 Rockers back. Scantleberry attacking. Backhander. Saved by Gonzalez. James couldn't get it to the net. Parsons did keep it in, though. And Scantleberry looking towards Luke James. Comes to Parsons again. Down deep off of Scantleberry's glove. They battle for it there. James trying to pull it out of the pile. Rotundi and Houlihan, they lock up. Parsons walking the line to the net, off the back wall. Heinzel gets in deep to keep it in. Lias turns away from a check from Mike Wynn. Now Parsons, wrister deflected, saved by Gonzalez, and it just glanced off of James's stick at the side of the crease. Wynn on his way to neutral ice, gets the red line, slid it off to TJ Sneath. They couldn't connect though. Heinzel trying to force it up the boards and out. This time he'll skate it. Passed off to Lias. Drop for James. Tapped it right back. But Sneath recovers. Parsons keeps it in at the line. Lias had it go through him. Houlihan first on behind the net. Michael Houlihan cycling for Graham. He overskated it though. And he and Sneath lock up again. Those two have locked up a few times in this game. Now it's a 2-on-2 scrum as the Prowlers complete their forward change. And the Rockers go and ice the puck. So a tired Motor City group stuck out there for an offensive zone faceoff for the Prowlers, and they have the Matt Graham line on for this draw. To Ricky Gonzalez's right, Brett Lockhart is heading off the ice by himself though. No training staff going with him. It's off the face-off. Chartrand gives it to Alex Johnson, but he couldn't handle it clean. And Johnson forced to go all the way back into his own end. Rockers making changes. Prowlers trying to catch him. Here's Chartrand in front looking for Graham. They didn't connect. Graham down low looking to Lockney. Blocked away. Delstrom kept it in with his glove. Delstrom, good strength to keep that puck alive. Bouncing in the slot. Lockney on the backhand. And it's squeezed by Gonzalez between his glove arm and his body. He'll get a whistle and a face-off. 5:18 left to go in this second period. Brian Parsons and Ben Brockway out there, a bit of a mixed pairing with Lockhart in the dressing room. Avery Smith back out there on the ice for Motor City as Sam Gagnon wins this face-off away from Austin Federley. Smith tried to hand off to Gagnon. Scantleberry took the puck. He turns it back in. Right on, he scores! And he sends the water bottle off the net, and the water goes everywhere. Tucker Scantleberry doubles the Prowlers' lead. Talk about popping the bottle. Tucker Scantleberry did it right there. He has his first of the year. A rip to the top corner. 11 goals for him last season. And there's number 1 this year. An absolute rip on the wrist shot. And he hit the bottle that popped off the net and exploded. And the Prowlers will get that one to count. They get a little bit of insurance. As they look for more, here comes Vaughn. On for Scantlebury again. That shot just went wide. Rockers work it out. Ciolik and Smith stepped up on by Brian Parsons at the red line. Now Smith keeps it in. His shot blocked down. Prowlers have a 2-on-2 rush moving the other direction. Federley, toe drag shot was blocked, and they couldn't get it back on goal. Leas was heading right towards the blue paint. Johnson D-to-D to Heinzel. Goes off the boards, gloved down by Sneath, has to wait for his team to get back onside before he dumps it in. Johnson and Rotundi both overskated the puck. And now it's Heinzel towards Johnson. That was cut off by Baptiste. Dangerous pass, and Johnson able to block Baptiste from getting a centering feed off. Wynn at the point. Just dumps it down deep, sneak behind the net. Rotundi hit hard by Alex Johnson. Austin Federley picks up the only assist on the goal by Tucker Scantlebury. His first of the year, and for Federley, his third helper of the season. Houlihan into offensive territory. His shot kicked out by Gonzalez, and it just bounced past James. And then Houlihan couldn't put it back on net. 3-on-2 for the Rockers. If they hurry, they have numbers. But Thelstrom able to stymie that rush. Battle for along the wall. Gagnon able to pull it out. Comes to the line. And a drive by Kuhn off a stick and out of play. 3:04 to go in the Hungry Howie's second period. Tucker Scantlebury has doubled the scores. The Manitoba boys have found the back of the net tonight here at McMorran Place.
Explore the 140 miles of stunning shoreline along Lake Huron. That is Michigan's Thumb Coast. Discover charming coastal towns, serene beaches, and endless outdoor adventures. Stay at cozy hotels, paddle through pristine blue waters, and hit the fairways along breathtaking views. Plan your perfect getaway at bluewater.org.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
Back here at McMorran Place, late stages, second period. Sport Huron with a 2-0 lead over Motor City on Military Appreciation Night. Prowlers with the last 8 shots on net, absolutely dominating in that department in this game, 36-13. And Ricky Gonzalez doing all he can to keep the Rockers in it. They'll try and give him some goal support as that shot came in, saved by Nusiainen. He's swimming, but he's able to make the second stop on Gagnon. Milam sent it through, and Nusiainen made the first save. The rebound was right in front of him. Gagnon couldn't get a good look on it. He was partially tied up. We get another face-off, won by Matt Graham. To a side scrum in the corner. Thelstrom picks it up, out towards Chartrand. Gets it up to Lockney, who touches it in. Gonzalez first there, wraps it around the wall. Graham quickly out top. Thelstrom down low, in between his own legs. Lockney trying, it's still loose. They jam it home! Lucas Lockney went between his own legs and was loose in the crease and finally put home. And the Prowlers make it 3. It looks like it will be Lockney's goal, his third of the year, his third in as many games as a Prowler, as they jammed it on goal. The last jam play was called off. This time, that's a good goal. 2.5 left in period 2. It's a party here at McMorran Place. So the Prowlers getting goals from from 2 of their top lines, and Luke James, the center for the third line, with an assist as well, getting the offense from everywhere so far. They do indeed give it to Lockney, as Federley works his way up the right wing side. Scantlebury tried to get on goal. That was blocked away. And Matt Graham, by the way, getting the assist, his team high 6th of the year. That one sent out in front. Scantlebury gets the red line, gets it around. Vaughn and Wynn after it. Wynn plays it back towards Scantlebury, got past him, and Sneath sends it off of Wynn's skate. That puck comes all the way down, just does cross the goal line, but not quick enough for icing. Prowlers look to work it back out. Scantlebury to Vaughn, and on to Luke James, trying to slip through. That didn't work, so it was knocked away from him. Johnson, D-to-D to Thelstrom. Vaughn, Leas, backhands it in. Wynn first on it, along with Leas in the corner. And Sneath, just a backhander out. This will roll and just be another icing against the Rockers. That was close. I thought they might have called it off as Johnson was getting to the puck while it was about to cross the goal line. It just barely did. With 61 seconds to go, we'll have an offensive zone faceoff for the Prowlers after the icing. Up this faceoff, Colton off the far wall, and it's Baptiste working on Johnson, getting to the net, one-handed it towards Nusiainen, who made the save. Centering feed, Rotundi stopped by Nusiainen. He didn't get everything he wanted, and now the rough stuff starting for the first time in this game. As it popped out on Rotundi's stick, Nusiainen sprawled out to take it away, and Rotundi just flipped it on. Nusiainen able to knock it down and hang on for a whistle and a face-off. So the draw coming deep in Nusiainen's territory after he made the save. Quick pass out to the line. Couldn't be handled cleanly by Chin. So the Rockers have to touch up. Matt Graham sends it on for Lockney. Most recent goal scorer takes the shot off the head of Ricky Gonzalez and out of play. 28.6 left to go in this opening period. Or second period, pardon me. Off this draw, Lockney a quick shot. Just missed it to the far side. Heinzel keeps it in, sends it around. Graham behind the net to Chartrand in front, looking for Lockney, just got through him. Duggar out from behind the cage. Graham up towards Heinzel with 8 to go in the period. Parsons tried to chop it along. It's a man behind all the Prowlers. It was Ryan. The pass was in his skates. That's going to do it for an all Port Huron second period. Prowlers get 3, and they lead it 3-0 through 40 minutes in the first battle of I-94 this season. And coming up in the Moses Roses smoke break, we'll talk about this game so far, all the twists and turns, and how the Prowlers have dominated, especially on the shot board. 40-17 are the shots for the Prowlers for the game. They won the shot battle in that second period, 23-14. Also take a look at the Prowlers' upcoming schedule. Of course, the out-of-town scoreboard, as no PHP Network intermission report would be complete without it. And we'll also take a look at the game stats, much, much more. It's all coming up right here on the PHP Network as the Prowlers have a 3-0 lead, and they'll look to close out their I-94 rivals coming up in the third. But first, they'll get a chance to talk about it in the locker room. Prowlers and Rockers, third period coming up just about 18 to 20 minutes from now. But again, stick around for the second intermission report. You can also, while you're waiting for this game to resume, you can secure your seats for the Prowlers' next home game. It's on Friday, November 15th. They host the Blue Ridge Bobcats with puck drop at McMorran Place, scheduled for 7:05 p.m. Tickets are available online at phprowlers.com/tickets, by phone at 810-985-6166, or by scanning the QR code on your screen now. That's online at phprowlers.com/tickets, by phone at 810-985-6166, or scan the QR code on your screen now to be part of the Prowlers' 10th anniversary season. 3-0 Port Huron through 40 minutes, and we'll be right back with the intermission report right here on the PHP Network.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
They're seriously not even that much better than you.
Should've just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it!
I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com. Back here at McMorran Place, it is 3-0 Prowlers through 40 minutes of play. They get goals in that middle frame from Daniel Chartrand, Tucker Scantleberry, and Lucas Lockney. As it's been a dominant game so far for the Prowlers. They dominated that first period. They didn't have any goals to show for it, but now they have the goals up on the board. They're out shooting the Rockers 40-17 so far in this game. As now seems like as good a time as any to check out the game stats so far. Again, 40-17. It's kept pretty tame though as far as penalty minutes go. The Prowlers' only penalty was a bench minor for delay of game after they tried to review a goal that they thought the puck went over the line, but the referees decided that it did not. So that kept the Prowlers from extending it to 2-0 at that point. It was already 1-0 as Luke James found Daniel Chartrand for that first goal of the game and his third of the season. And then it was Tucker Scantleberry. He turned around in the neutral zone, walked in with the puck, and fired it to the top corner, exploded the water bottle on top of the net behind Ricky Gonzalez, and that made it 2-0 for real at that point. Less than 3 minutes later, Prowlers attacking. Puck came out in front. Lucas Lockney tried to go between his own legs. That was really the only play he had as he collected the puck on the side of the post. It didn't exactly go as planned, but as he and the Prowlers kept jamming away, it eventually crossed the goal line, and he gets credit for the goal. And the Prowlers up again 3-0 at that point, and that is where we sit through 40 minutes of play of the first Battle of I-94 this season on Military Appreciation Night here in Port Huron. And the Prowlers looking to get the Battle of I-94 off to a good start this season, a season series that they've lost each of the last 2 years, and they're doing it in great fashion here tonight. They've already surpassed their season high in shots on goal. And again, 40 so far in this game. So they'll hope to continue to rack up those goals. They've broken their season high for goals in a period as 3, the most goals that they've scored in a period this season. And meanwhile, on the other end, Alteri Nusiainen, somewhat quietly at times, has had himself a good night. He's made all the saves he's had to. 17 saves on 17 Rockers shots. As the Prowlers will try to wrap this one up in period number 3. And we will have it for you coming up in just a few minutes here on the PHP Network. A couple more notes about the Prowlers as far as stat streaks go. Austin Federley, Matt Graham have extended their assist streaks to 4 games, while Lucas Lockney now with a 3-game goal scoring streak. So now the Prowlers have started getting him into the back of the net, which was a struggle. They got shut out in the first game of the year. Now they have them going into the back of the net. They've been able to find them with regularity, and those guys have really been leading the charge. And they'll look to continue that as we get set for period number 3 coming up shortly. And we'll be right back on the PHP Network.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Welcome back to McMorran Place. Prowlers with a 3-0 lead on the Motor City Rockers on Military Appreciation Night here in Port Huron. And it's been a good one so far for the Prowlers fans. Again, a 3-0 lead for the home side, Port Huron. And a great event Prowlers do every year is Military Appreciation Night, celebrating all active and former military members. And the jersey auction always goes to support veterans in the Blue Water area. So a great event for the Prowlers. But I know what you're looking for. You're looking for the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll take a look at what's going on around the FPHL. But first, we'll look at the Prowlers' upcoming schedule, as they have the same road trip next week as they did last week. They'll face the Binghamton Black Bears and the Hudson Valley Venom, same as they did last week. Venom on Friday, Black Bears on Saturday. I am making this promise to you, the fans, right now. I will remember all of the right equipment so that I will be able to have a camera on Friday as well as Saturday. But Prowlers certainly excited to get a little bit of a redemption out of that road trip after they lost both games of the road trip last weekend. But before that, they have to visit Big Boy Arena for the very first time this regular season. That will be a 7:05 p.m. start. We'll have it here for you on the PHP Network. We'll also have those games next week here for you on the PHP Network, of course. And you can watch every Prowlers road game, whether it's as close as Motor City or as far as Baton Rouge. Every Prowlers road game will be played at Buffalo Wild Wings in Port Huron. So be sure to head out there. You don't have to watch the game alone just because it's on the road. You don't have to watch it from your couch either. You can gather with your favorite Prowlers fans and your closest Prowlers faithful and watch the game here on the PHP Network from Buffalo Wild Wings. So be sure to go out and join those watch parties. Now we take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, and we start with the teams the Prowlers will be facing next week. Black Bears and the Venom, they're locked in a tight matchup, back and forth battle, as the Venom have a power play goal and a shorthanded goal from Blake Sewardson. Black Bears with 2 from Tyson Kirkby and 1 from Zach Sirota. It's 3-2 Binghamton. Kirkby's second of the night came with 2 seconds to go in period 2. That gave Binghamton the lead as they get set for period number 3. Meanwhile, the Hat Tricks are in Watertown, and it is tied up at 1 in the second period. Gleb Benderkin has the goal for Danbury. That came back in the first. And Dustin Perilat, the one for Watertown. It's a power play strike. That came in the second period as they continue to play in the middle frame. Dashers down in Baton Rouge. Yegor Kabateyev has the one for the Dashers, but Brody Thornton scored with 3 seconds left in the first That gave the Zydeco the lead. Matthew Gordon the other goal for the Zydeco. It's 2-1 for the home side at the first intermission. Other two games going on tonight. Columbus all over Mississippi in the River Dragons home opener. Second period, it's 3-0. Alexander Jemaev has a pair, and Jordan Popoff with the other for Columbus. And finally, Blue Ridge Bobcats and Carolina Thunderbirds, they are tied up at 1 as they play in the second period. Vladislav Vlasov and Roman Kramer with the goals in that one. And of course here, it is 3-0 in favor of the Port Huron Prowlers as we are just minutes away from puck drop for period number 3. Prowlers will try to finish this one off. They are one of 2 teams in the FPHL this season without a regulation win. The Monroe Moccasins, who lost last night in overtime to the Athens Rock Lobsters, they're the other ones. So the Prowlers trying to remove themselves from that list and leave the Moccasins all by themselves with that distinction as the only team in the league without a regulation win. They put themselves in a good position heading into the final 20 minutes, up by 3. This is the largest lead the Prowlers have had at any point this season. Feels like they've only been getting stronger as this season's gone along. Their last game against Binghamton was certainly a good one despite the loss. And of course here tonight, a dominant effort so far, but they'll have to keep it up for another 20 minutes if they want to pick up the 3 points, as you see the referees hitting the ice. And we take a look at our PHP trivia question as the Port Huron Lodge of Elks USA is hosting Military Appreciation Night. We wanted to know what former Yankee and Red Sox and Baseball Hall of Famer is an Elk. And this one was given to me by the Prowlers trainer Bridget Smith, who works at the Elk Club and was a big catalyst for this Military Appreciation Night and the Elk Club coming together to be part of that. So she gave me the answer to this question. She gave me the question as well. The correct answer is the great Bambino, Babe Ruth, who was probably rolling in his grave from the effort the Yankees put forth in the World Series as they fell in 5 games to the Dodgers fairly recently. I know a lot of people who are unhappy with that and a lot more people who are certainly happy about that, and not so much about the Dodgers winning, but more just about the Yankees losing. We are set for period number 3 as Prowlers and the Rockers have hit the ice. Valtteri Nusiainen getting back to his goal crease on our right. 17 saves on 17 Rockers shots. Meanwhile, Ricky Gonzalez, goal crease to our left. He's had an impressive night himself. 37 saves on 40 Prowler shots. We'll see if Port Huron can close out Military Appreciation Night with a victory. As Luke James and Eli Rivers get set for the face-off, we're underway in period number 3. And the Prowlers get the first touch on it. It's Alex Johnson working it up towards Elias. Got through his stick. And now the Rockers with their turn to move up ice. It's reversed back to Josh Colton. He goes D to D again to Mike Wynn. His pass hopped over the stick of his intended target. Johnson just dumps it back deep, and Gonzalez leaves it for Wynn. There's whipped it up near the wall. Motor City able to move out with it as Rivers pulls up in front of his own bench. His team in the midst of a change. Hightower claps it around, and the Rockers will complete that player change. Up the right wing side, it's Thelstrom. Took a hit from Rotundi. Now Baptiste at the Prowler blue line. Couldn't get his way into the net as the Prowlers came off the bench quickly to defend. Lockhart knocked down by Rotundi. Scantlebury takes the puck though. He works his way in. looking for a pass, couldn't find one. Now he spins into the corner. Houlihan in there as well. Poked back to the line by Federley. Bounces off the wall, but got away from Brockway. Federley chasing down Baptiste. Little toe drag. That one won't fool Austin Federley, the Prowlers captain. He works back up. Quick shot blocked by Ricky Gonzalez. And Campbell out to Sneath. Tried to float it out, and Sneath took a big hit from Jake Vaughn. Puck is underneath him. They play on. Now Scantlebury threw a big hit on Campbell. Scantlebury is going to the penalty box. And now Milam with words for Tucker Scantlebury. As Scantlebury threw the hit, they call it a rough against number 17 in black. So the Rockers will get their second opportunity on the man advantage. They're 0 for 1 on the power play thus far. Scantlebury sitting in the box for the second time, but the first time was to serve the bench minor for delay of game after the Prowlers challenged the no goal call. So Motor City setting up. Colton shot sticks to Nusiainen, then it pops out, and he gets the glove on it for a whistle and a face-off. Battle was ensuing in front between Kuhn and Heinzel. We'll have another draw to Nusiainen's right. Gagnon and James set for the face-off. It's tied up there. Chartrand bats it down ice. Gonzalez played it off the side of his own cage, floats it out to Lias, and now the Prowlers wasting time deep in Rocker territory. Kuhn fell to the ice, maybe a little bit late to get the call. Wynn into Prowler territory, dumps it in, worked around by Nusiainen. Now Colton all the way across to Ryan. Up high, Rister off the back wall. Karams to Gagnon. His 2-foot pass to Wynn eludes him and goes all the way down. That's as good as a Prowler clear. Minute 3 left on the penalty to Scantlebury. Ryan works over the blue line. Lockhart steps up on him. Johnson takes the puck and turns and fires it down. Good hip check there from Brett Lockhart to stall A.J. Ryan as he tried to enter the offensive zone. Here's Wynn going up the right wing side, but Campbell left it behind. All kinds of problems for the Rockers now. They can't get a rush started on this power play. 25 seconds left on it. Rivers gets his way in. Turns from Lockhart. Rivers all the way across towards Campbell. He's watched by Austin Federley and goes back across to Rivers. Now Milam at the top. Poked away by Houlihan. He has a breakaway. Michael Houlihan couldn't get that one to go. I think Gonzalez got a piece with the blocker. Penalty is over, but Houlihan with a great opportunity shorthanded. As Graham gives it off to Lockhart. Prowlers PK now 2 for 2 tonight. The power play woes continue for the Rockers. Here's Scantlebury working his way back in around the net. And he cycles it down deep towards Lockney. He and Milam jostle behind the cage. Graham and Sneath came in as well. And it's Campbell ends up coming out with the puck. Heinzel tried to poke it along. Baptiste gloved it down. Puck still bouncing and hopping, and it ends up against the Zamboni doors. Colton recollects in neutral ice. Retreats to his own end. Made a pass across to Chin, all the way up to Sneath. That one drops. Nusiainen works it around the wall. Colton quickly on net. Blocked away by Graham. Heinzel chipped it past him, and Prowlers have numbers. Heinzel shoots, save, rebound. Just got past Lockney as he was crashing the back post. Pinballs to the slot, rescued by Colton. His pass eludes Rotundi. Parsons Up to the Rocker blue line. Chartrand couldn't spin it to James, who was flying in. Now stick comes up high, accidental on Gagnon, and that will be another Prowler penalty. And now Rotundi tackles Daniel Chartrand and is going after him, and we'll see if that evens things up. Rotundi went right after Chartrand after the whistle. They collided. Or actually, Rotundi collided with a different Prowler. That was Lias, I believe. And then Rotundi tackled Chartrand after Chartrand came over to defend his teammate. Thelstrom is the guilty party on the high stick. Looks like Rotundi will sit in the box as well. And we'll figure it all out when we come back. 14:54 to go in the Scholes Family McDonald's third period. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers hockey on the PHP Network.
At Hungry Howie's, we have a flavor philosophy. It's that you deserve to mix and match the most delicious flavor you've ever had with even more of the most delicious flavor you've ever had. But how can you mix and match the most delicious flavor twice at the same time? Well, we're not in the business of logic. We're in the business of blowing your flavor-loving mind with flavor upon flavor. Philosophize on that. Get any 2 items on the mix and match menu, including the 2-topping flatbread pizza for $6.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Back here at McMorran Place, 14:54 to go in period number 3. They only have 2 up on the board for Ludwig Thelstrom. There was a rocker in the penalty box for a hot second, but he has since left the sin bin. And it looks like nothing else on the penalty sheet as of now. We'll let you know if that changes. So at the moment, it seems to be a Rockers power play. Motor City 0 for 2 so far tonight, 0 for 1 in this period. And it looks like they are sending out the power play unit. So no other penalties besides the one to Ludwig Thelstrom. 2 minutes for high sticking, as he got the stick up on Sam Gagnon, who is entering the offensive zone. Federley and Rivers get set for the faceoff to begin the man advantage. And off the draw, Milam has it at the point. Rockers set up. Quickly across to Oaks, back to Milam. Winds, fires, looking for the stick of Hightower, end up finding Brockway's skate. That one comes down deep. Brockway claps it around the boards and all the way down. Back to receive the puck from Gonzalez was Milam. He hands off to Rivers, back pass to Milam, and the quick up towards Hightower. He touches it in. Nusiainen around the glass. Oaks able to handle it. Down to Rivers, back up to Cody Oaks. Now Milam looking towards Hightower. And Smith toppled by Lockhart in the corner. Oaks, wrister, sticks to Nusiainen, and he'll hang on. So Brett Lockhart throwing a big hit on Avery Smith in the corner. Physical play continuing to ramp up in this one, at least for the Prowlers. They did it in Binghamton. Lots of physicality. I think they have a lot of heavy defensemen who can do it, including Brett Lockhart. And the man with the puck right there, Ben Brockway, as Lee is able to get it down. One of their bigger players, though, Isaiah Paris, we have not seen since he got boarded by Smith in the first period. He is not on the Prowlers bench still, so I don't think it would be going too far out on a limb to say that he will not be returning tonight. 30 seconds left in the power play for Motor City as Sneath and Johnson cancel out. Federley sends it around to the far side, but Rotundi first there on it. Watched by Leas with the pass to Win. Got right through him, and the Prowlers faithful cheer that. It's as good as a Port Huron clear. Nusiainen hands off for Parsons. He dumps it all the way down. Chartrand ahead of the pack to the puck. Tried to put a stick check on Gonzalez as he played it around. Back to 5-on-5 as Win works it. Pass across, one-timer stopped by Nusiainen. Danger not done though, but Baptiste pass cut off neatly by Adam Heinzel. It was Baptiste the one who unleashed the one-time blast. Chartrand into offensive territory. Back to the line to Parsons. Wrister held onto by Gonzalez. He gets the whistle. A stick hit him in the face. I think that was his own man, Mike Wynn's stick, though. I didn't hear a whistle, but everybody stopped playing, so that must be a me problem. Faceoff will be to Gonzalez's left between Graham and Gagnon. Johnson down deep, plays it around. Chin first on it, and now Oakes behind the cage. Lockney forces him to his left. Chin quick up, and that one bounced back the other direction. Graham played it off a skate. This time Kuhn couldn't get that one to a teammate though. Another dump in by the Prowlers. Oakes harassed by Lockney, looking for the home run feed to Ryan. That didn't work, but Ryan does outrace the icing. Prowlers take the puck, though, and move back out. Lockney has a man going to the net. Skittleberry, he got it there, but he couldn't handle it cleanly enough to get a shot. And then the puck came right back through the crease. Now the Rockers with a 2-on-1. Floated across, shot, glove, save! Nusiainen, and he makes it look casual. Rockers had Baptiste right down Main Street. And while Terry Nusiainen says, I'll take that. That was Rivers, pardon me, that Nusiainen was able to stop. You talk about a goaltender dialed in tonight. Nusiainen hasn't had too much work to do, but he's made the stops. Here come the Prowlers with a chance, but Federley's shot ramps off a stick and over top of the cage. Brockway keeps it in at the line, steered to the corner by Gonzalez. Milam up the near side wall. Leas comes together with Hightower. Now Brockway a shot, another save by Gonzalez. Shot from the outside, missed the cage. That was off the stick of Brett Lockhart. Prowlers regroup back in their own end, approaching 9 minutes gone in the Scholes family McDonald's third period. Federley up to Vaughn, gets the red line, and he gets it in, bouncing and held by Gonzalez. Then he dropped it. Chartrand and Milam got there together, and the Rockers captain finally getting it off to a teammate as Daniel Chartrand was causing some havoc. And here is Chartrand taking the pass intended for nobody. Prowlers dump it back in. Campbell. Now James takes it away. Wynn and Chartrand get there together. Avery Smith on the half wall. He'll work his way out. Over to the near side. Sneath reached out for it, and his attempt to the net scooped up by Valtteri Nusiainen. Shots on goal in this period. It's actually in favor of Motor City, 5-4. The shots for the game, Prowlers doubling up the Rockers at this point, 44-22. Face off won by Motor City. And Adam Heinzel takes it gets it out. James knocks it down with the glove. And over towards the far side, Houlihan able to step in front of a rocker but couldn't maintain possession of the puck. And it's reversed to this side. Colton quick up towards Sneath. That got through. Deflected though, all the way down. Heinzel first down in his own end. Houlihan steps off the wall. Into the offensive zone. His shot kick saved by Gonzalez, and then Houlihan upended. Graham over towards the near side. Houlihan chases after by the net. Centering feed. A little cheeky centering pass. Gonzalez got the paddle on it. Parsons comes in to keep the puck alive. Play to Scantleberry on the near side. He reverses it deep towards Graham. Now Scantleberry again around the net. Scantleberry took the shot. It went over top of the cage. Parsons first on it. Down to Graham. Parsons again. Walks the line down Main Street. And that one was stopped by Gonzalez. He just got a piece. Parsons scored a very similar goal against Columbus last year as Johnson fresh off the bench for a try. Gets it to Lockney, to Scantleberry, one-timer. Stopped by Gonzalez, and the Rockers just have to ice the puck. And a tired Motor City group will be stuck out there, but they will get to rest during the TV timeout. 8:42 to go in period 3. Prowlers still on top by 3. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers hockey on the PHP Network.
EDA, providing local business support for over 70 years. And helping to boost our region's workforce, retain and attract talent. Working to grow the local economy and the flow of money into our community to help businesses be profitable and successful. Focused on improving the region's economic strength and quality of life for residents. To learn more about the EDA of St. Clair County, visit edascc.com.
Explore 140 miles of stunning shoreline along Lake Huron in Michigan's Thumb Coast. Begin your adventure on a blanket of golden sand at one of our serene beaches. Connect with the historic atmosphere of our region's nautical influence and reconnect with friends under a blanket of stars. Plan your perfect getaway at bluewater.org.
Back here at McMorran Place, 3-0 Prowlers with 8:42 left to go in the third period. Prowlers with a good shift in the offensive zone. Tucker Scantleberry with some opportunities at the net. I thought on that one that he came all the way around the net. He had Ludwig Thelstrom sneaking in from the blue line. Might have been able to pass it off for a better shot. The shot Scantleberry took ended up going over top of the cage off a stick. But no matter, Thelstrom out there again. Lined up at right point. He has the puck now. Sends it down deep. Prowlers keep it moving before it's moved up the wall, and the Rockers able to get it out, but it's passed right to Jake Vaughn. Vaughn back on it again. Makes a move. Lost the handle. 3 Rockers surrounded him as Vaughn went down to the ice, and now the puck finds his stick again. And after all that, it's a dump in for the Prowlers, which is what Vaughn might have been looking to do anyway. Now Vaughn shoved down by Wynn. Federley able to cycle it down deep. Chartrand works out of the corner. Tried to leave it for Johnson. That was almost a dangerous pass as Kuhn was very close to getting his stick in the way. Puck still alive as Thelstrom keeps it in at the point. Prowlers making changes. Thelstrom all the way around the cage. Head up. He gets back to the blue line to the slot, and that shot sent a Motor City stick flying. That belonged to Josh Colton, and now Ryan chasing after a loose puck, but Lockhart gets back to knock it away. As the puck caromed all the way out, and A.J. Ryan almost had a chance at Nusiainen, thought about coming out, but he decided to stay in his goal crease. No harm, no foul for the Prowlers as they dump it right back in. Delayed offside as James went after Milam. James went back in before his team had completely touched up. So the offside's called, and it looks like the faceoff will go all the way. No, it won't. Faceoff will actually stay just outside of Rockers territory. Avery Smith thought the faceoff was going all the way down. Off this draw, Rivers wins it back. Dumped in by Ciolik as he took a hit from Brockway. Lockhart leaves it off for Luke James. He spun away from a check as he passed off to Lias. Skating space for Jonas. Lias gives to Houlihan. He lost the handle. Prowlers recover. Lockhart over to Luke James. Quick off the boards. Campbell skated into it, but then he forgot the puck when he went to the Prowlers zone. Now Houlihan works his way south to go north, and now he drops it to Parsons. Heinzel up towards Lockney, and he'll just deflect it in with 6.5 to go in regulation. Sneath chips it by Parsons, heads after it himself, centering feed looking for Baptiste. But he was too close to the near post and couldn't get a shot on goal. Steal behind the net, but Baptiste couldn't find Sneath in front. Rotundi stole it away, and Sneath's deflection just misses the post. Rotundi lost it. Heinzel up towards Lockney. Kind of handcuffed him a little bit, but he's able to work it up to Scantleberry. 2-on-1 with Graham. Gives it over, but Scantleberry, or Graham, pardon me, trying to give it back, I think. Always a passer, Matt Graham. Prowlers franchise leader in assists and near the top of the list, second in assists in FPHL history. Ryan works his way back in, just sent it on net. And it's held on to by Valtteri Nusiainen, who gets cheers from the crowd here at McMorran Place. This face-off coming deep in Prowler territory. Ludwig Thelstrom heading off the ice along with Prowler's trainer Bridget Smith. Not sure I saw what happened there. But he's off the ice now with the trainer. Prowler's trying to get this one to the horn, 5.5 to go. It's underneath Gagnon, and the Rockers able to keep control, floated through by Wynn. Off the back wall, Chartrand chips it out. Federley has Vaughn going to the net, got it there, just out of his reach. As Gonzalez came out to poke. As Federley just sent it in that direction. It's tough to send it out of the reach of 6'5" Jake Vaughn, but just unable to reach that puck before it got to Gonzalez. Johnson towards Vaughn. Rockers move it back out the other direction. And Avery Smith gave it right back to Alex Johnson. Under 5 to play, third period. Campbell up to Smith. He touches it onto Rivers. Little head fake, outside shot, handled nicely by Nusiainen. We'll get a whistle and a face-off. 3-0 Prowlers. 4:37 to go in period 3. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers hockey on the PHP Network.
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rear-view mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not
A Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
Chicken patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We invite you to tune in to our next broadcast tomorrow when the Prowlers visit the Motor City Rockers. Puck drop is scheduled for 7:05 p.m. And the pregame show starts at 6:50. It's all right here on the PHP Network. Prowlers trying to close this one out and then go for the sweep tomorrow. Of course, you can watch that game and every Prowlers road game at Buffalo Wild Wings as Brockway's shot is blocked. Here comes a breakaway, and they score. It's Eli Rivers getting the Rockers on the board. He spoils the shutout bid for Valtteri Nusiainen. Motor City within 2. Still over 4 minutes to play in this one. So this faceoff will go to center after the goal. Rivers, his 3rd tally of the season. Originally a Columbus River Dragon when he signed as a rookie out of Alvernia University, but then was traded to Motor City right as the season began. And he's found himself a home in the Rockers forward group. So no shutout tonight. You have to go all the way back to December 19th, or December of 2019. The Prowlers offside here. You go all the way back to December 14th, 2019 to find the last shutout by a Prowlers goaltender in this building. And if you want to guess who it is, take a moment. I know somebody's screaming at their computer screen because they know who it is. It's Chris Paulin, the last goaltender with a shutout for the Prowlers in this building. The last goaltender with a shutout at all for the Prowlers is Ian Wallace. He did it back in April of 2023 in Watertown. We will not see any kind of Prowlers shutout history here tonight. They don't care, they're just looking for 3 points. Here's Lockney, just pushed it on net, and save made by Gonzalez as Lockney gave Chin some trouble. Lucas Lockney right back on it, off the side of the cage. Colton harassed by Lockney. Scantleberry takes the puck, fights through in front, they score! Austin Federley gets 1 to go, and the Prowlers are back up by 3. Relentless forecheck by Lucas Lockney. Scantleberry in front, and the Prowlers captain as his 3rd of the year. The Prowlers signed up for 60 minutes. Despite giving up a goal, they get another one right back. 4-1. 3:17 left in this 3rd period. So the Rockers now back trailing by 3. As Mike Wynn tries to work up. He gives it to Ryan, who just floats it off the glass. Bounced in front, took a funny hop off of the stanchion. Federley rescued it before he was tackled by Wynn. Ryan pulls it off the wall, and Wynn gave an extra shot to Lockhart. Wynn wants after Federley, and this one might be getting a little bit ugly as Wynn sent to the penalty box. He tackled Austin Federley, and then there was a little scrum ensuing in the corner as Wynn and Lockhart went after each other. And oh, it looks like Wynn may have thrown a headbutt looking back at it. Looks like Wynn was escorted off the ice. We'll see if there's any supplemental discipline coming for Mike Wynn if they indeed call that a headbutt. Lockney gets the only assist. It should be Scantleberry getting an assist. We'll see if they fix that later or if it's just another one of those scoring errors in an FPHL, on an FPHL score sheet. Looks like they will have Cody Oakes go to serve, and I believe it will be a 5-minute major and an ejection for Mike Wynn. I looked at it on the replay, looked back on the PHP Network broadcast, thanks to everyone who's tuning in tonight, and for some reason throwing potato emojis in the chat. And it looked like Wynn threw a headbutt at Lockhart as they were tied up. The Prowlers power play goes to work. Johnson sent it down towards Lockney. That one goes just wide. Power play hasn't been successful yet tonight, but certainly successful in the early parts of this season. As Lockney turns on Smith, Federley, Johnson unloads, and it's blocked by Milam. And Milam finds it in his skates. All he can do is chip it off the boards, and Johnson keeps it in. So Lockney to the top to Federley. Johnson, another one-timer. Couldn't find the target this time. Federley down to Lockney. This time he goes to Matt Graham. Across, Johnson holds, doesn't shoot. Federley, back pass to Lockney. Downhill, he scores! How about another for Lucas Lockney? 5-1 Port Huron. Lockney with his facing the net, had a defender in front of him, and he finds the top corner, second of the night, fourth of the year. And Lucas Lockney, an early fan favorite here in Port Huron, racking up the points. Prowlers still on the power play with it being a 5-minute major against Mike Wynn. They're still up 5-on-4 as they will be for the rest of the game. As Lockhart's outside try shouldered by Gonzalez. Motor City looking for a shorthanded break, but the pass out of Gagnon's reach. Gagnon turning on Vaughn and locked up by Chartrand. Prowlers move out. They have numbers. James slowly in, and Port Huron will set up. Vaughn on the half wall. So Johnson and Federley pick up the assist as Lockhart goes to James. And now Vaughn at the top. Brockway in the circle is shot, swallowed up by Ricky Gonzalez. Prowlers with 54 shots on goal now in this game. Lucas Lockney a 4-point night. Austin Federley a 3-point night. This has been a fun one for the Prowlers fans. Just over a minute left to go in it. And Ryan, with not much to lose, will try and go through the entire Prowlers defense. He takes the hip from Brian Parsons. Pardon me, that was Lockhart. I thought these numbers wouldn't be all that tough to see. They are still a little bit tough to see on the jerseys. I got through most of the night. Hopefully I don't get too many complaints about players having me say the wrong names. As Lockhart's at the top, gives to Brockway, one-timer, fought off by Gonzalez. And that one goes out of play. And the Prowlers send the top power play unit right back out there after the goal on the last opportunity. Well, Matt Graham and TJ Sneath for the face-off with 37.1 left in this game. Johnson federally unleashed the one-timer, couldn't find the target. Scantleberry walks down the circle, gives to Johnson. He fires it all the way around, kept in by Graham. Scantleberry couldn't find the net that time as well. And it goes out of play off the glass. 20.3 seconds up on the big board as the Prowlers faithful make some noise for their team. Dump to the line, Federley keeps it alive, gives over to Lockney, down the circle, Graham trying to put it out in front, that was partially blocked away, Federley keeps it alive. Final seconds ticking off of this one. Johnson, Federley, one more drive, saved by Gonzalez, and the Prowlers overwhelm the Motor City Rockers 5-1 on Military Appreciation Night. Well, Terry Nusiainen, the winning goaltender, 26 save performance. Certainly would have liked the shutout, but he will take the W. And this sets up what should be an interesting game tomorrow between these two teams. Again, 5-1 your final. Port Huron Prowlers all over the Motor City Rockers here tonight. As the fans and the team making some noise. And we will be right back with the PHP Network post-game show. It's coming up next, so stay tuned.
Let's go. They're seriously not even that much better than you.
Should have just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it!
I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com. Back here at McMorran Place, the party's on for the Prowlers fans. They win 5-1 on Military Appreciation Night. An overwhelming victory over their I-94 rivals. Time now to go back through this game as the Prowlers were dominant early throughout that opening period. They just could not find the back of the net as Ricky Gonzalez stopped all 17 shots by Port Huron in the first period. Prowlers actually outshot the Rockers 17-3 in the opening 20 minutes. So no goals yet until we get to the second. Luke James, fresh off the bench, finds the puck. Unselfish play over to Daniel Chartrand. He puts home his third of the season, and that broke the scoreless deadlock at that point. Later in the period, Tucker Scantleberry heading downhill, crosses the blue line, and then destroys the water bottle belonging to Ricky Gonzalez. Popped the bottle, exploded it really, and made it 2-0. And a couple minutes later, Prowlers weren't done in that middle frame. Jam play at the side of the cage. Lucas Lockney was trying to go between his legs, doing anything he could to get the puck on net. Eventually, it was jammed over the line. That made it 3-0. It ended up being Lockney's goal, his first of the night. And the Prowlers held a 3-0 lead going into the third. There, not much scoring until late. Eli Rivers off a blocked shot, able to take it the other way and beat Terry Nusiainen to spoil the shutout bid. But fortunately for Port Huron, didn't spoil their spirits as Austin Federley got it right back just over a minute later. And then it was Lockney, or just under a minute later, 58 seconds after the goal by Rivers. It was Austin Federley restoring the 3-goal lead for the Prowlers. And then Mike Wynn takes a 5-minute major for headbutting, and Lucas Lockney makes him pay. Lockney, your first start tonight with 2 goals and 2 assists. Austin Federley, the second star, with a goal and 2 helpers. And Tucker Scantleberry, the third star, with the game-winning goal. And I certainly would have given some votes for Alteri Nusiainen, who had a shutout going for 55 minutes. He made 26 saves on 27 shots. Ricky Gonzalez actually finished with an over 900 save percentage, as he had 51 saves on 56 shots, as he continues to get peppered as he has in his early starts this season. When we come back, we'll take a look at the game stats, the out-of-town scoreboard one last time, and then we'll sign off. And we'll do it next here on the PHP Network.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Will Wiggleman back here one final time at McMorran Place. Prowlers with a dominant effort to defeat the Motor City Rockers. 5-1 time now to check out the final game stats. Prowlers with the, again, 5-1 win, out shooting the Rockers 56-27. Port Huron even getting a power play goal right there at the end to keep their power play streak alive. Low in terms of penalty minutes, but Mike Wynn certainly added to that with the 5-minute major at the end for headbutting. And we'll see again if he's allowed to play in tomorrow's game. I would venture to say probably not. And we'll see if the Prowlers can show up with a similar effort tomorrow, or if the Rockers will be able to bounce back in what will be their home opener. Let's take one last look around the league at all the scores. We start with the Black Bears and the Venom, who are tied up at 4 in the final minute of period number 3. So could Binghamton go to overtime for the 3rd straight game? That one is certainly coming down to it. That should be interesting, as over in Watertown, the Wolves and Hat-Tricks are at the second intermission, and they are tied up at 2 goals apiece. Dashers trailing Baton Rouge 3-1 at the second intermission, and then it's all Columbus in the Dragons' home opener. They host the Mississippi Seawolves 5-0. The score there. Former Seawolf Connor Lind even has a goal for Columbus. And they just started the 3rd period in Wytheville. Blue Ridge and Carolina tied at 2 goals apiece. Of course here, Prowlers win it tonight, your final 5-1. One more reminder to tune in to our next broadcast tomorrow night, 7:05 p.m. here on the PHP Network. The Prowlers visit the Motor City Rockers to close out the first home-and-home of the season of the Battle of I-94. You can find it here, or you can go to the Port Huron Buffalo Wild Wings and join the watch party for every road game all season long. But for now, for Kim running the camera, I'm Will Wiggleman. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the PHP Network.